Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Amos Off, and this is my review of Once Upon a Time in Shanghai. I haven't really been a fan of Ching-Po in some time. I enjoyed Jiang Hu, but after Ah So, to be honest, I skipped his next couple of films. But I have to say I'm very impressed with his direction here. He managed to make a movie that's suffused with antiquity, but not suffocated by it. It's a celebration of older films, but it's not a slavish reproduction by any means. I think Once Upon a Time in Shanghai really is what Quentin Tarantino thinks Kill Bill is. Once Upon a Time in Shanghai is profoundly evocative of several genres of films and calls to mind a whole bunch of different things, whether it's Shaw Brothers or Bruce Lee or even just old classic Hollywood films. There aren't any surprises in this story, and in its own way, it's completely predictable. But you know what? So is sex, and that seems pretty popular. Early in the film, Andy On's character violently consolidates his ownership of a nightclub. He is apparently snubbed when he flippantly instructs the singer to sing him a song. He turns to leave, and on a generic cue, she begins singing, and it's like the whole world stops. Now, I've seen that exact same thing done a whole bunch of times in a whole bunch of movies, and it was still great. When I watch this movie again, because I'm going to, that's going to remain one of my favorite moments of the film. There's just something about the way that it's done. Now, what is new about Once Upon a Time in Shanghai is the look and the feel of the film. While it certainly is evocative of older movies, you can tell right away that this is a brand new film. The cinematography is just really, really nice. It's used to accent the nostalgia rather than cover it up or try to excuse it. And that's really what I enjoyed about this movie. I like the way that the film winked at the audience and at itself so many times and also did it so well. It presented characters that are so classically stereotypical that you almost can't take the characters seriously because it's like they're archetypes. But you can enjoy the archetype, and to me, that's where the fun of the film is. And I'm pretty sure that that was the intention. By the time the film reverts to the seemingly obligatory anti-Japanese plotline, it's developed such a nostalgic air that it seems much more organic to the plotline than it does in most recent films. Now, certainly, the depictions of the Japanese villains are overstated and simplistic, but really that could be said for all of the characters in this movie. And again, I don't mean that in a bad way. They're the stereotypes we've all grown up with, and therefore we love to see them. The actors in this film deserve a lot of credit for the dramatic work that they do. Philip obviously wasn't an actor in the 50s or 60s or 70s. I don't even think he was born yet. But to me, he really managed to convincingly capture that classic sort of depiction of the smiling, naive, rural bumpkin who comes to the big city and is overwhelmed by everything he sees. His character is so earnest, it's unbelievable, except that we've seen it so many times, we know that he kind of has to be this way. If he wasn't that way, we'd be disappointed. Philip plays the role perfectly. He's possessed of superhuman strength, an unshakable moral foundation, and really not much else except the clothes on his back. Sammo Hung, Yun Wo-ping, Feng Hak-on, and Chen Kuan-tai play the leaders of Shanghai's underworld. However, their position at the top is under threat by a rising young gangster played by Andy On. He's brash, volatile, and occasionally psychotic. He's the devil that leads the innocent young man astray, with entree into a dazzling world of money, power, and women. Andy On plays this role with remarkable dexterity. One minute dazzlingly charming and the next coldly ruthless. His character having once been the rural country boy himself, he's now a crass, pragmatic realist who realizes that the only things you get in life are the things you take. But that doesn't mean that you can't smile and look really good while you're doing it. Considering these two characters are played by real-life friends, they share more than a few moments of bromance, as their friendship, literally forged in a fire, grows. As Andy's character rediscovers his humanity, Philip's character becomes slowly but surely more worldly. The other actors do an equally good job filling out the cast of characters that again are people we've seen 1,000 times before, but are made new for this film. Michelle Hu was really, really cute as the petulant, aggressive young woman who scolds Philip's character for anything that he does, whether it's good or bad. She never seems to have a nice thing to say to him because she likes him and that's what girls do. It's enough to make you think that she's Irish Catholic. Plays her sister in a role that, frankly, is too small for her to show off her considerable martial arts skills and only gives her a couple of lines. But at least she was there. Once Upon a Time in Shanghai is about martial arts, and it certainly delivers on that level. There is some digital undercranking employed and some CG is used because you can't throw axes around in real life. I mean, you can, but even so, it's really obvious when you watch it that these people know what they're doing and they're doing it really, really well. The crispness of the action and the physicality that they display isn't something you can fake with a computer. You have to actually be able to do that stuff. Now, obviously it helps to have Yuen Woo-ping doing your action choreography in addition to playing a role. But what helps even more is having people like Philip and Andy On who are able to execute the things that Yuen Woo-ping designs. The best thing I can say about Once Upon a Time in Shanghai is that yes, it's a great martial arts movie, but it's also a great movie in and of itself. If I say I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it, it doesn't mean I didn't have a lot of expectations, because I did. What I'm saying is it surprised me in ways that I didn't expect, and I really enjoyed them. I smiled the entire way through it. And I don't usually smile, as I'm sure most of you know. But I did, and I can hardly wait another week until it's released to cinemas and I can go watch it again. You know what? Movies like this are why I moved to the far side of the world. Now, obviously I want you to see this movie, but I want you to do it without downloading it. If you're in Hong Kong or in Asia, go see it in a cinema and pay for it. Don't buy a bootleg DVD, don't download it, don't be a piece of shit. Eventually, when this is released to home video, I'll update the description with links so you can buy it. Trust me, this is Blu-ray. If you enjoyed this review, please leave me a comment. If you didn't enjoy the review, go f*** yourself. If you enjoy my reviews in general, I would greatly appreciate a subscription to the channel. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant evening. Early on, Andy